How you doing?
I'm doing.
One thing that people ask me, they think the machine's pretty cool, but they ask me, well, what all are you gonna use it for? So I've shown you some of that, but right now I have a project, just a real quick one, but there's a round bale out there of brome grass that I feed the horses, and it's left over from last year. So there was some rotted parts around the outside, and then also the strings were breaking, and I used this machine to move that bale into the shed. But now there's a whole bunch of that old hay piled around, and it's real hard to pull out with the pitchfork. So I'm just going to put the fork on this thing, and that's one thing that I can use that for, is to pull that away from the bale, the good part of the bale, and then just fork it over the fence, and the horses can eat the good stuff, leave the bad stuff, and get the most use out of that as possible. So we're going to do that. Gold plugs for a few seconds, although it's warm in the garage. One guy commented about being careful with the hammer drill. So you just flip it up and back and watch your socket, and you just don't want to over tighten. Okay, starting to move just real slow. Don't go beyond that. There's no reason for it. There have been a couple guys where the bolt is broken or the nuts come off. So you just want to be careful with it. I always like to air out the garage, but I'll just wait till the end for that. you can see over here, this is that pile of hay that I'm talking about. It looks like good hay, but just right underneath of it is all the rotted stuff. So it's just really hard to pull that apart. So that's why I'm going to use this machine, save my back and my arms. Pitchfork, you just can't hardly get it out of there. Now there are some strings involved, so I'm going to keep my eyes out for that. But anyway, I'm going to have the machine so it's facing this way, because that's not going to be any heavy pulling. So I'm just going to pull that away sideways and just try to grab bunches of it and then slide forward and just dump it across the way here. Seems a little wasteful, but the horses will pick through it. They will leave the rotted stuff, and then they'll nibble on the good stuff after they eat. You know, when I fill the hay rack twice a day, they'll go to that afterward. So we're gonna give her a shot. Oh, and you see my placement is a little off. Another reason for doing this is a Saturday, and on Wednesday, Mary and I are going to fly up to Alaska. We've been doing that twice a year for the last 11 years, but now both our daughters are living up there, 2 grandkids and son-in-law, so I'm also doing this to prep for the people that are going to be taking care of the place for us while we're gone and coming and feeding. I don't want this mess out here, so that's another reason. Some of this I can get by hand right out here, so I'm fine with that. But I got to definitely pull it away from the bottom of the bale, because the weight of the bale sits on that grass, right on the edge. So you can do some raking action, but you got to pull in and lift at the same time to have it not like really dig into the ground too much. So that takes a little bit of finesse. You just play with your machine, learn how to use it, and just practice those devil motions. So now it might have seemed a little silly, but if you tried to pull that out by hand, like I said, the edge of that bale sitting on that bad stuff. So pulling it away, that really helped out a lot. I can easily handle this by hand. And it's just one more thing you can use a mini excavator for, no matter how small. When you get over 60, you know, you want to be working out and using your muscles, but not too much. So that's the end of that one.